Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest today. We have from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, we have an author who wrote the book Stupid Cupid, and her name is Alison O'Donnell. And this is a cute book. It's a survivor's guide to online dating. Okay, we've never had anybody on here. Thank you for coming, Alison. Who's ever. This is quite a book, and I'm not going to say much about it. I'm going to let Alison tell you. First of all, how did you get this idea?
For the artwork or for the book?
The book.
Okay.
Everything. Yeah.
Well, I had been online dating for many, many years. I started at 19, and I'm no spring chicken, so it's been a while. And after I had more than several really bad dates, I just decided this needs to be a book. I mean, this is 100 really awful. I can't make this stuff up, things that have happened to me. And I thought people could learn from it. So I do the comedian thing. I wrote the stories with my comedic, sarcastic twist. Yeah. And then each moral comes after. So here's the story, and then there's a heart. And then the heart separates the story from the moral. Here's what I learned so you don't have to suffer as I did.
How long had you been doing it? How many years do you think in all you did that?
Well, that would be giving my age away, but let's just say 30 years.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, one of her chapters is called Houdini. This is what I call the men who seemed so interested, and then, without warning, poof, they disappeared. How many times has that happened, do you think, on the whole, with girls?
That's actually very common. It's called ghosting, and I didn't realize that when I started the book. There's actually a term for it, because women do it to men, too. It's just a thing where probably they have 4 other people that they're talking with at the same time. Yeah. So they're investing in you, and everything seems to be going so well, and then they just disappear. And probably what happened is, behind the scenes, there was somebody else that they were chatting with, that they're a little further along with, and they just decided to now invest their time in that one person.
And they don't even say goodbye.
They don't even say goodbye. It's just gone.
Poof. When you do a presentation on this, would you say it's all ages in your audience?
It is all ages.
Yeah.
I mean, I teach high school English, but I would not recommend that to a minor. It's an adult book, so anyone from the age of 18 to 70, 80, something, however long you're still online dating, these rules apply to
Did you have,
everybody.
before we go through all, these are adorable chapters, did you have any really great luck? Share it with the audiences to be,
I've not had any great luck. That's why I'm still single.
She's single, guys.
Yeah, and so the book does have my, cynic.
That's okay.
But I do know people who have met and married. It's possible. The online dating thing can work. It just has not worked for me.
And they say, meet in a public place. For God's sake, don't invite them to your house.
True. There's a story in there that ended very tragically.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Okay, tell me about Davy Downer.
Davy Downer. This was a man who, he had some baggage. And, some of us do. He was a widower, and he had a son at home who was problematic. And so he kind of brought that to the table on the first date. And I, brought a few skeletons out of my closet to show him that, hey, none of us have perfect lives. Yeah. It happens, we're human. But it just ended up going down a very dark road, the two of us talking about all the bad.
Yeah.
And so I decided this does not feel romantic. I need to just pursue this as a friendship, which was really stupid because now I was listening to his problems without the free dinner. So,
well, you find that are you like if a girl goes on the online dating, are there many men out there who are willing to start a family, or they already have one? And what have you run into?
Start a family? I think we're all in different places in life. At this point, I've had my children. I just had 2 grandsons, twin grandbaby boys, fraternal twins born, Super Bowl weekend, best weekend of my life. The Pats won the Super Bowl.
Do you have millennial kids? How old are your kids?
My daughter's 19.
And she's a mom.
She's now a mom of 2.
Yeah. My son started at 19. He's 26. He's got 2 little ones.
Yeah.
And you have 2 children, right?
I just have the one.
You have one. Oh, sorry. Why?
She had the 2, and so I'm done. But
you're done.
I've met men my age who have younger children.
Yeah.
So, you know, at that time I was not in that zone, but now that I have babies in my house, I'm kind of back in that zone. It's okay if you have children because I'm, you know, packing diaper bag.
Were you, Alison, were you in the, I don't remember seeing you, it was humongous, 135 authors at the Roads on the Patuxent, the Rhode Island Writers Authors Expo. Were you there?
I was there this year and last year. Well, 18 and 17, yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out, did I grab a card from you? I just couldn't talk with everybody I saw. And I grabbed a card from you, or did I see something about you appearing somewhere in one of those newspapers? I don't know. I don't know. Where have you been appearing? Tell people where you've been.
Well, last weekend I was at the Cumberland Library, Cumberland, Rhode Island. I am Rhode Island based. And I have the Pawtucket Library seminar that I'm doing next month. I have been to the Brown and Hopkins country store in Chepachet, Rhode Island.
Cool.
That's a great place. I love that.
How's that Cumberland Library? Are they pretty good? They're pretty neat?
They are. Yeah, it's in an old monastery. It's beautiful.
It's in a monastery?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that's a great place for authors to go, right? Kind of spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Fun.
Now, all right, we're talking with Alison O'Donnell, who wrote one of the most unusual books we've had here, A Survival's Guide to Online Dating, Stupid Cupid. Did you design the cover?
I did. And I drove the poor artist crazy. I kept sending it back. His hair needs to be curlier, blonder. I need a rounder butt. I want those arrows right in his spine.
Yeah, you did such a good job on this. I was looking for your face on the back. That's why I didn't recognize when I saw you.
They put it in the inner pages now, in the inner back pages. That's where the author's bio goes.
Okay, when did you write this? Was it published this year?
It was published September of 2017, so it's just over
been
a year now.
About a year. Now, we're going down the line. What's one of the worst and one of the best experiences you've had? Because the other girls and the guys are watching right now, like, what am I going to get into here on online dating?
Well, the point is that the 100 are really bad, so it's hard to say the best. Probably my personal best is not in the book because it wasn't a bad experience other than the feelings weren't mutual. So I had a major crush on this man, and he did not feel the same and gave it the old "I'll call you" and never did. So
had you met each other in person?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's bad. I mean, I can see, well, nothing lost, nothing gained. If you just poof into the... But if you've met and one likes the other, that's got to be tough.
It is tough. And my take on that is, don't tell me you're going to call if you don't mean it. Exactly. Is it so hard to be an adult, be honest, and say, hey, it was great meeting you, I wish you good luck? That's very clear to me that you're not going to be calling me again.
Exactly.
You know, you're thanking me for my time and you're moving on. Perfect. Don't say, I'll call you, and give me that false hope, and then I'm waiting by my phone and it doesn't happen. You think you're letting me down gently, but you've hurt me more. I'm not hurt if you just say, hey, I'm not feeling the chemistry here, but I do wish you luck.
I like the way you put that. I'm not feeling the chemistry, but I wish you all the best. Or you could even say, I don't feel it's a match, but I wish you all the best.
Exactly.
I don't know. Okay, now this one. Where was the one that really struck my funny bone? Tubby Teddy. What is that? Tell them about Tubby Teddy.
Well, you'll have to remind me.
Let's see about Tubby Teddy. 102. Oh, you got to read. This is funny.
I'm giving them little code names so that I don't use their actual names.
All right, Tubby Teddy. He must have been a big one. Okay. He was listed his body type as a few extra pounds. Okay, can you remember him? Okay.
That's code for obese.
So, how'd that work out?
Is this the man that was kind of wedged into the...
Let's see, at the end of the meet, I started to clear my platter to bring to the return station, and he said, leave it, I'll get it.
Because he was wedged into the... what's the word?
Into the booth, you guys?
The booth, thank you. I was stuck on that word. Yeah, and he probably could not get out, and so he just told me, leave the platter. You know, making me think he's the gentleman, which he was. He was a very sweet man. But, hey, I'm overweight, but I'm out there hiking and kayaking and doing yoga. I'm you know, fit for a big person. So I expect the same from my date. Yeah. I can't, I'll put it in my dad's words, there are a lot of nice men out there. You don't have to marry them all.
Well,
he was very nice, but not.
Allison, how did he get up finally from the table?
Well, I left so that I wouldn't embarrass him. You know, however he got out, I don't know.
Oh, my God. Was it a movable table, or was it one of those?
It was pretty stationary. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How did he get in?
With some effort.
Oh, you must have known then. Like, whoops, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't go dancing.
Right. And I didn't know what size. I didn't realize he was quite so large. So I chose a booth. I would have picked a table had I but known.
Alison, how can they get your book?
This is available on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can also go to Barnes & Noble. You can find it on eBay. The thing is, they all go through Amazon. So if you want it quicker and cheaper, just go right to Amazon.
Just look up Stupid Cupid, right? Alison O'Donnell. Now, Alison, if they wanted to speak with you personally, maybe to find out where you're going to be, do you have an on-site that you could let them know about?
I do. I have a website, author Alison O'Donnell, without the apostrophe in the O'Donnell. And just like it sounds, Alison with one L, Alison, yeah. O'Donnell. And same thing on Facebook, author Alison O'Donnell.
One L in your Alison name. That's unusual.
Oh my God. It's really not. It is these days, but it was good for 500 years with one L. And somebody decided to get fancy and make it Allison, or the last name.
Yeah.
Alison has two L's. So it just took on some kind of momentum. Everyone thinks that's the normal spelling now. So I can't get a toothbrush with my name on it. And everybody, I'll say it's Alison with one L, A-L-I, and they still put two L's in. Drives me
I can see it because
crazy.
when I was making out your card for our tech crew, I started to do 2L. I went, oops, no. I know she's got one. And I know someone's going to say, Jan, are you sure? I'm going to say, yes, I'm sure. What else was I going to say to you?
That's the right way.
God, it went right out of my... I would think... I don't know, do you ever listen to talk radio?
Once in a while.
All right. In Boston at WBZ, there's a talk show at night, Bradley J. Over at BZ. And he has all kinds of great guests on, authors, I think, and he has a wide range of ages in the audience. I ought to write to you some of this stuff, but getting the word out. This is a big. This is something again like I haven't seen yet. You're gonna get. This is needed. This is needed.
It is. I thought it would fly off the shelves, so we just need to get the word out. But
okay, now what's this? Michael Sharp, if that's your real name. What was he all about?
If I could take the 2,000 ads that I've read over the years and just pick one person, it would be him. You know, when it seems too good to be true?
Yeah.
And I could not reach him. He was gorgeous, he was successful, he liked to entertain guests in his home because he cooked. I don't like to cook, so a man who cooks, great. He had everything I was looking for. And when I tried to contact him, I couldn't. And so I contacted that dating agency. I never list them just for libel reasons, but they said that they had, privacy policies, and go check it out on the web. And I said, but I'm not asking you to tell me where he lives. I'm asking you to tell me if he's a valid customer. I'm paying you to be able to contact these people, and I cannot contact him. Simple yes or no, is he a valid contact? Again, check out our policy, our privacy policy online.
They need to know. They need to know this, though. You'd think they'd gobble up your information.
Yeah, and then I went on a hunt. I went into like stalkerish mode. How hard can it be to find this guy? He lists his city and whatnot, and I Googled a lot and did a little traveling around, and I was not successful.
No Facebook?
No Facebook. And he was a musician. I'm a former musician. I know a ton of local musicians, and I put the word out through Facebook. I thought for sure someone would recognize him, which makes me wonder, is he a plant? Does this man really exist? Because I firmly believe that some of these dating websites will put pictures of gorgeous people and make you think you have an opportunity with this person when really they're...
And he was good looking, and...
He was perfect.
Mm-hmm. How old was this guy, supposedly?
I don't remember now. Probably about 50.
About 50?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be spooky. You sound like me, because if I'm a natural detective, I'm going to track it down. Mm-hmm. I'm going to find it, damn it. I'm going to find it.
Challenge me. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad you did that, because you're giving other people ideas about, don't just take it on face value. Okay, what was that other one? Oh, Seattle Surfer Bud. Who was he?
Oh, my God. I don't know who he was, because he was another one who ghosted on me. Which
he ghosted on you?
Yeah. And now, he's on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
When he contacted me, I said, great, but I don't see how we can meet for coffee when you're 3,000 miles away. So we just continued chatting as friends, and after a couple of months, felt a connection, and I thought, well, if this is to go anywhere, one of us needs to get on a plane. What do you think? And so we talked it out, and he said, teaching, I've got April vacation, and so he said, April is warm in Seattle. Come out to me in April, and then I'll come out to you in the summer. And, making it sound like this was going to go somewhere.
You didn't buy a plane ticket?
So I did. I bought the plane ticket, and I know how stupid that is, but I have a friend in Seattle.
I'm surprised he didn't buy it for you.
I had a backup plan.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
because then he would have to buy the ticket to Rhode Island.
Oh,
so,
you can buy his.
So fair is fair.
Yeah.
But about 2 weeks before the flight, he ghosted on me, and so I just, went to Plan B. I called my friend Erin, said, "Hey, I'm coming to Seattle. Let's hang out." And you did go. And I had a great time. Yeah.
We're talking with Alison O'Donnell. Alison, this is almost like a guide. Well, it says Survivor's Guide, but a souped-up guide for people who want to do the online dating thing. About 20, 30 years ago, it was different.
Very different.
Do you remember the want ads? The want ad book?
Just about to say, pick it up on a laundromat. It was the dating page.
I was a kid, and I thought it was fun.
No photos. You didn't know what you were getting.
Yeah, I thought, well, this is kind of fun. So it was pretty safe back then. You'd meet a guy maybe in a restaurant or somewhere else, and then, I'll buy or whatever. But now, I'd be scared to death. I mean, really, you don't know. Look what you've been through. She's got a whole book on what she's been through. My God. All right, Davy, that one I love. Funny Boy? Who was Funny Boy?
Ooh.
Again, he was cute, lots of laughs.
Oh, was that the one that had to meet his daughter for lobster at the end?
I think, yeah.
Ghosted on me.
He didn't have the to tell you he really wasn't interested. That type of thing.
Yeah.
Beantown Bonehead. Beantown Bonehead. What was he like? Boston.
Was he the blind man that wanted to show me his? He
says, I didn't see anyone who looked like you, he said, after I confronted him.
That man.
But he was blind, right?
No, that was a different man.
I drove all the way to Boston?
Well, Rhode Island mentality, it's less than an hour, but still, you sit in Boston traffic, you pay $17 or more to park, and then the man doesn't have the decency to meet for coffee? Come on.
You mean you were blown off, he didn't even show?
He said that he looked around and didn't see anyone who fit my description. But if you have a phone in your hand, you can text me and say, "Hey, I'm here. Where are you?" And I was right where I was standing. So, my guess is he didn't like what he saw and took off. But how low is that? You know what I mean?
Tewksbury Fish? Who was he?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So this man didn't have a car. Mind you, I'm more selective these days, but I was much younger then. He didn't have a car, doing the whole Boston thing. So I drove out to him, and he was to take me to dinner, and then it was frozen meal, and it was the Weight Watcher dinner, the little square of hockey puck fish.
You went out to a restaurant?
I don't even like fish.
In a restaurant?
No, at his house. He didn't end up taking me to a restaurant.
Big no-no. Don't ever go.
It was a big no-no.
Don't go to the house.
It was a big no-no. And then the whole, we sit on the couch to talk, and he tries to kiss me. So I got up and I left.
Yeah.
And then years later, he contacted me again, but he had no recollection of me, and I started telling the story about how, there was this guy who, invited me out to dinner and ended up serving me this, Weight Watcher fish dinner, and he got awfully quiet, and I realized, oh my God, same city, it's got to be him.
How many years later did he connect with you?
That was probably 2 years later.
In the dating world, that's a long time. That's wild that he didn't remember you.
Well, he probably has done this every weekend for how many years?
I don't know, to go into you got to meet in a public place, right? You agree?
I do now, yeah. I didn't know all the rules back then, or if I knew them, I didn't follow, because I had to pick him up. So, of course, I knew where he lived. I should not have gone inside. Well, he didn't have a car. But there was another man, too, that I met, probably, he's not in the book. No. Yeah, he's not in the book, but he said to me, we met about 20 years ago. What? And I had zero recollection of this man. He said, yeah, you caught me in a lie. I said that I was working full-time, and And then I admitted that I wasn't, and you said that you couldn't date a liar,
Yeah.
and ended it there.
Yeah.
I said, okay, sounds like something I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And was it true?
He had lied, yeah, and he came clean. But he remembered me. He said, yeah, you live in Pawtucket, you're a comedian. It's like, oh, my God.
You're a comedian?
Uh-huh.
Where do you do gigs?
Local clubs to Rhode Island, and a bit in Nashville, too. I did a little book tour, and I have connections down there, so
Yeah.
I spend some time in Nashville a few times a year, and
I didn't
spread
know
my
you could-
wings.
Are you going to appear up in
I'm
this?
also a former-
Worcester has a lot of
Yeah, I'm also a former musician, so when you asked me if I brought my guitar,
Yeah.
I was kind of stumped, like, no, was I supposed to? This is the... we're talking
You don't
about
do the
book.
Irish music, do you?
No.
No, okay, that was another guess. But, yeah, it was first thing when she came in, I said, you got your guitar? I thought you were going to play for us. We are talking with Alison O'Donnell, and she has written A Survivor's Guide to Online Dating. Be careful. Stupid Cupid. And now, oh, yeah, tell me about tooth decay. Tell us about this guy.
Nice man. Very pretty. But his teeth were rotten. And you know it comes with that smell of death. So, you know, nobody wants to kiss that. It's really unfortunate because he deserves a chance, but I just...
Denti con carne.
That's probably my favorite story in the entire book. This man, he had told me that he had dentures, and I'm a sucker for a big toothy smile. I love a beautiful set of teeth, that Hollywood smile. And so I had said no problem, and we had set up another date, and we had a lot of laughs. It was a good time. But when he walked me to my car, he asked if he could kiss me goodbye, and I gave it the old okay but no tongue, and that never works. They always try to slip you the tongue. And when he did, his dentures dislodged, and a piece of meat fell to the back of my mouth, and I just... It's like, yeah.
Oh, was that the end of him?
Throw up a little bit in my mouth.
Was that the end of con carne there?
That was the end of him, yeah.
Oh, you poor thing. What did he say? Did he say, oh, my God, I'm sorry?
No, there was no apology. The end actually came later because he kept calling me saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you going to show up on Tuesday? Are you sure you want to see me again? And he didn't say anything about the dentures slipping.
You didn't go back again, did you?
I did not. And it was only because that he kept, you know, well, not only because, but that kind of sealed the deal for me when he kept calling, giving me every opportunity to bow out, so I bowed out.
What was the scariest online dating experience you had? I mean, you think about it now and it just gives you the creeps. Would you warn the other people about?
Okay, well, there is one there.
Which one?
John the Rapist.
John the Rapist. Let me,
Yeah,
okay,
and that is, it is as it sounds.
What, really?
I made the stupid mistake of letting him come to my place, and that's not where it happened, though. He took me out to Provincetown. And in retrospect, he's done this before. He had a thing. He knew pick me up late so that we would get to Provincetown late, so that there would be nobody around, off season.
He has his own apartment, right?
He really played it out.
That's a long drive
no,
from
it was-
Pawtucket to Provincetown.
And it was a Sunday night. I
For a
had work
date?
the next day, and I kept telling him, "Why don't we just stay local? This is stupid. Why don't we just stay local?" No, I promised you the Cape. We're going to the Cape. He had it all planned, though.
But what happened? You got out of the car and then what?
Well, I don't like to get into the gory
All right, well,
details.
don't get into the gory, but you-
I will say that I made the huge mistake of meeting him or letting him come to my place and going that far out with him, and then I was stuck out there.
How
with
did you get him
so
to get you home?
I had to let him drive. He acted like this was the best date ever, and he did me some major favor.
What?
Like he had made love to me. Yeah,
oh.
It was very disconcerting.
That's scary.
But
That's really scary.
yeah, and at the time I wasn't really looking at it like rape because, like a lot of rape victims, I blamed myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a stupid woman. How did this happen? I let this happen. I got what I deserved. And there's no truth to that. He was 100% responsible for what happened. But that's what goes through the mind of a woman, like, okay, well, this happened, and I need to get home, and
Mm-hmm.
I can't tick him off because he might get violent.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Definitely. That's a good heads up for you gals out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do not go to the guy's apartment. You know, nowhere private. Stick to a restaurant, right? Or McDonald's even, or Burger King. It doesn't have to be fancy the first shot out of the gate.
yeah.
who cares? You just want to meet the person, right?
We all have that "it can't happen to me" mentality, and I was right there with there's no way that could happen to me. I'm too smart to ever let something like that happen. And he had won my trust. I mean, we talked for weeks before we actually met, so I trusted him.
Did he have everything set up, like candles in just the right places?
Well, no, because we had dinner at a restaurant first. It wasn't like that. We were just, confined to his car. But yeah, when I went through it in my mind afterwards, there were many clues that he had this all planned.
I'm so glad you're okay.
Yeah, well, I got him back.
What'd you do?
That's a whole nother book. I actually put into play a bunch of people in different states and strung him along for a few months and gave him a taste of his own medicine. Yep, I messed with his job. I messed with his mind. And I know it sounds very devious, but I was on a mission to stop him.
You got to.
Knowing that he had done this to other women, I needed to stop him. And I did.
Oh, my God. She's our savior here. Alison, you've got to get this book out more. How many times I'm going to tell you, because this is like the first one we've had on. Alison O'Donnell from Rhode Island wrote Stupid Cupid, Survivor's Guide to Online Dating. And I love the cover with Cupid with his butt up in the air. He's upside down. And you designed that one.
I did. I designed that entire
This is your
cover.
first book?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, how again can they get your book?
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com?
Yeah,
just dial Stupid Cupid,
If
right?
you type in Stupid Cupid O'Donnell, it should pop right up.
It should go. Now, also downstairs in the Upton Town Library, again at the author's dedicated wall there, you can pick up a copy, see if you like it. She's got, and it's easy to read, The Weary Widower. Do you remember him?
Ooh.
Very tired. There was, let me see, the dog walker.
Oh, he was another one who ghosted. And that was, I'll call you in 20 minutes to let you know where we should meet for coffee, and ghosted.
Ghosted
Like,
means
what
just
happened
gone.
in the 20 minutes you walked your dog? Gone.
The nut. It'll take me an hour and 40 minutes to shovel my walk. Call you later.
He was another one. I'll call you in 40 minutes. Boom, gone.
Gone. Musical Mark. Remember him? He listed himself as average body type. Pretty sure that 10-month gestational belly isn't average. Does he think I'm blind? Gone, right? Screaming Scotty?
Oh, my God.
We got about 2 minutes of tell us about Screaming Scotty.
So, we met at a sports bar, and so we were watching a Patriots game, and every time they made a good play or a bad play, he would scream some commentary that would get the attention of everybody. And he had this distinct voice. It was very guttural and annoying.
Yeah.
So he would just, and everybody's looking at me like, what are you doing?
Was he drunk?
He was not. Sadly,
No?
that's
Okay.
his normal state. And then, about 2 months later, I went to another sports bar to watch another game, and he was there with another woman doing his screaming thing, and she had no problem with it, so I guess he found his match. I'm still single. Screaming Scotty found a match.
Guys, she is single. I'm not going to give you any other information for that. Get the book and then connect with her somehow. But she's smart. Don't mess around, because she's not going to play games with you. Okay, she wrote this book. Have you got another book coming?
I do. I have a children's book in the works.
A children's book?
I have genre ADD. The Adventures of Gizmo. It was a Bichon that I had who was phenomenal. Everybody loved this dog. He was human.
Yeah.
He would stand up and wave goodbye when you were leaving my house. Just, I can't describe this dog, the messes that he would get into because he was so smart and people didn't realize that he
Bichon
was...
Free, are those like little dust mops?
Yeah, Liz Taylor used to keep one on her arm.
Yeah.
Mine are probably, I have two now, Rhett and Scarlet, and they're like, she's 10, he's 20 pounds.
I'm still working on trying to get a basset hound. I love those. I mean, they're just like, how you doing, man? You don't know when you're trying to walk them if they're going to walk you or you're going to walk them. They're just so laid back. Love it. Alison O'Connell, thank you for being with O'Donnell, and let me know when your next one comes out, okay? Mm-hmm. Stupid Cupid. If you're going to do any online dating, read this, because guys too, but I'm especially worried for the girls, naturally, but the guys too. Good, very good.
Even if you're married, it's a great way to appreciate your spouse when you see what's out there. It's just a fun read.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.